Once, in the heart of southern Africa, stood a kingdom built not just of stone, but of wealth, ambition, and ingenuity. Great Zimbabwe. Its towering walls whispered tales of kings, warriors, and merchants who ruled a golden empire. But even the strongest of dynasties can fall, and when it did, it left behind one of history's greatest mysteries. What forces conspired to bring down this mighty kingdom? Let's unravel the fate of Great Zimbabwe. For centuries, Great Zimbabwe thrived, a beacon of power in Africa. The city bustled with trade, its markets overflowing with gold, ivory, and exotic goods from distant lands. Merchants from Arabia, India, and China flocked to its walls, drawn by the irresistible promise of wealth. But prosperity has a price. As the population swelled, Great Zimbabwe began to strain under its own success. The land, once fertile and abundant, struggled to support the growing numbers. Overgrazing, deforestation, and soil exhaustion began to choke the kingdom's lifeline, making food production increasingly difficult. And when food becomes scarce, survival takes precedence over loyalty. The Mambo, the great king, had long ruled from his stone fortress with divine authority. But as resources dwindled, political tensions erupted. Nobles, once loyal, now competed for control, while regional chiefs sought independence from the once unquestioned rule of Great Zimbabwe. Rebellions simmered beneath the surface. Power struggles weakened the kingdom's unity, turning allies into enemies and warriors into rival factions. A kingdom divided was a kingdom doomed. For generations, the lifeblood of Great Zimbabwe was its gold trade, fueling its rise as a commercial giant. But trade routes are fickle, and as time passed, new paths emerged, bypassing Great Zimbabwe altogether. Rising coastal trade networks meant that merchants no longer needed to travel inland for gold. They could access it more easily through ports in East Africa. The kingdom, once a hub of commerce, found itself increasingly isolated. Without trade, wealth dwindled. Without wealth, power crumbled. As internal conflict tore the kingdom apart and resources became scarce, people began to leave. Farmers migrated in search of better land, traders abandoned the city for bustling coastal markets, and nobles sought refuge in emerging regional powers. What was once a thriving metropolis slowly faded into silence. The towering stone walls, once filled with laughter, music, and the hum of commerce, stood empty. The people of Great Zimbabwe did not vanish. They spread across the region, carrying their traditions, skills, and knowledge with them. But their great city, their once mighty fortress of stone, was left to history. Historians still debate the exact causes of Great Zimbabwe's downfall. Was it environmental mismanagement, political turmoil, the shifting tides of global trade? Perhaps it was all of these forces combined, a perfect storm that engulfed one of Africa's grandest civilizations. But one truth remains undeniable. Great Zimbabwe was never forgotten. Its ruins stand as a testament to a kingdom that once ruled, a kingdom that defied expectations, a kingdom that proved Africa's place in history. So when you gaze upon its crumbling walls, remember, the kingdom may have fallen, but its story lives on. Until next time, remember the echoes of history still shapes our world today.